Hello. I just wanted to make a video showing a little thing I've been working on. I discovered how exactly you can create custom battles in Rance X. So I have a custom quest already loaded up, which is just easy to make. And then I'm gonna put the black bar on there. And as you can see, we have Jill. This is Jill over here, Jill over in the corner. HP values, I haven't really changed, but everything works basically exactly like it should. It's kind of a nightmare getting this working. Now the damage values are not correct. I lowered them just so I could do tests. But the moves she uses are basically what this is just Demon King Mickey's fight, but with some things shifted around basically to allow this. But this exists completely independently of the Demon King Mickey fight. So I'll go over a little bit over the actual function. Oops. Okay. So this has a lot of my own custom comments edited out, but I'll try and I'll walk through it a little bit and explain some stuff that's going on. So I kept having a lot of problems just inheriting the original I call it battle book, the battle book initializer function, which is where all the enemy battle logic's held. You can't inherit the actual local variables, so a huge amount of them are just completely gone in this. These are all the ones that I needed, so I just declared my own and used them instead. You can see I just commented a lot of them out. It's not that important. The boss, I'm not quite sure what the boss function does, the boss adjustments function. I think it just registers a flag somewhere that says that the fight is with a boss. But I haven't beaten the fight to check if it flags it in the result screen, so I'm not sure. I don't know what this does. There's just a lot of there's a lot of assignments in the TT array with the global variable that I'm not quite sure what it does. In the original function, there's this battle test verification that's in the Satella Hornet and Demon King Mickey fights in after mode. I don't know what it does, and by leaving it enabled, it kept giving me a null crash. I was trying to call a method from some null object, but just commenting it out made it work. These are just setting the initial values, and then you plug those into this, which is just the difficulty adjustment function, and then it scales everything with how you want it to. And then the T battle book does the, like, at the beginning of the fight, how there's the ribbons moving around. That's what this sets up basically. I believe this initializes the UI for the most part. It returns an nnet value. I don't know what that you end up returning it from initialize, but I'm not quite sure where that goes. This if block is a big mystery to me. I'm not quite sure where this happens, so I think it's just safe to ignore it. I'm afraid to... I don't want to remove it because you never know. So I just left it in. And then this is all the move functions. I did want to talk about this because I thought the way that the game does it is kind of interesting. At the very beginning, you call T algorithm, and then you plug in an algorithm string. Now, there's a whole bunch of sets. There's a whole bunch of checks within the algorithm function for these strings, and essentially what the string is it's like a identifier for almost an enemy ability filler set. So I might be able to show it. This is not planned. I didn't plan anything here, so... Okay, here it is. So, Demon King Mickey uses... Let me just reset the music. Demon King Mickey uses Algo Fundamental 2 Magic as her filler. You might not be able to see it. There we go. She uses this as her filler set. And essentially what that is all of this outlines ability sets. By sets, it's like actions that they can use per turn. So each turn, take this for instance, this call here is 2 abilities. Or let me use one that I actually recognize. This one right here. So this ability, this call will do a ranged, a melee, and a magic attack on the turn this is called. So it essentially, each of these, like a fundamental 2 magic, holds I believe it's 6 or 7 different sets of these kind of filler turns, and it will randomly call one of those, and then you have your own custom sets, which in this case it has like 4 times magic barrier. There's like a full cleanse, a full debuff, burial attack, things like that. And it will more or less, you could think of it either way, as that the base set is getting interrupted by your custom calls, or your custom calls are getting filled in by the base set. It doesn't really matter. The idea is that it is intertwining base set ability action calls with your custom calls. So I shouldn't have closed the game. I'm gonna bring up the sensor bar again. So she does 2 magic attacks. This is the initialization. This is usually the first attack from the fundamental 2 magic set. And then she does this one, which is a custom call. And then she'll go back. She does another random. A 2. I believe this one isn't the base. Sometimes it... And then here we have another custom. It doesn't alternate. I believe it randomly pulls from each. I think so, at least. Yeah. Yeah, it'll randomly pull. It doesn't have like a specific order to it, I don't believe. But yeah, basically all of the moves are outlined here, and then these at the bottom are conditional moves. So she'll, whenever this is called, it'll check on the condition, which is just enemy HP lower than 75, which I believe is, I actually don't know. This might be against her or the player. I'm not confident on that. But yeah, these are conditional ones. You can add whatever you want in here, basically. You can put rounds, so it'll play on specific rounds. And then after that, this is enemy info. I'm not sure. Again, another thing that I don't know what this is. These are global variables. And then you return that value from the T-book, the NRET, and then you just call super, like in the, like as you do. But I just kind of wanted to make this real quick to kind of showcase that it is possible to add in custom battles. It's a bit of a nightmare. Another thing I forgot to mention, in T algorithm, you could probably add in your own custom set if you wanted to, because the idea is that, I imagine, is that with all the custom abilities, you don't need to have algorithm, and she'll only pick the enemy will only pick from these calls. But it makes it really, really difficult, because you're probably not gonna set up filler in these. I guess you could, but you're probably not going to. So you use this to kind of interlace random little filler abilities, like filler turns in there to do random utility. And buff magic is another one that she'll do. But I mean, yeah, if you wanted, you could go in and add your own set. It's actually not that bad. I don't think a lot of this is out there. I had to reverse engineer a lot of the bytecode for this, and then required some testing to get it to make sure it was working. But I mean, yeah, it works. It's pretty cool. But there's other things I want to try working on. I've seen how the game handles in-battle events. So I suppose the next thing I want to try out is adding an event, like an ADV event, right at the beginning of the battle, to see how that would work. But yeah, it's not too bad. I really thought this bytecode looked terrible at first, but after figuring it out, I kind of got used to it. But yeah, I just want to kind of showcase that.